Hello everyone, this is the first video of the first part of the course about general design, how to design your board, because the board is a really important part of the presentation. So this is just kind of a general broad overview of how your board, how to go about designing your board. Anything that I won't cover today, I'll probably cover in a future video. And so yeah, let's get started. So first off, there are two different types of boards that you could create. First is a printed board, and then the other one is a cut and glue traditional board, right? And I know a lot of us, when we were in elementary school, we would kind of cut the pieces off after printing them and then glue them on our board. And unfortunately, I don't think it's that viable for high school research. As high school students, we're trying to emulate professional research, right? And if you go to symposiums, if you go to conferences, all the professors there will have printed posters, and that's kind of the look that we're trying to go for. So if you've never designed a poster online before, don't worry. I have a few different places that you could do it. First is Canva. That's where I design all of my boards. I have the Canva Pro subscription, but Canva works just fine even if you don't have it. And it's just really easy to kind of combine graphics and text and make a really compelling board. But other than Canva, you can use PowerPoint, you can use Google Slideshow. I mean, any of those are good options. Anywhere where you can combine text boxes, graphics, images, all in one makes a great place. And it's just whatever you're comfortable with, right? At the end of the day, you're making your own board, so whatever works for you works for you. So after you've made your board, there are several places that you could print it at. I know in my area, there's always a FedEx, there's an Office Max, Minimum Press. So try to look for those places around your area. But if you have a parent that works kind of in a place where it has a poster printer, right? Don't be afraid to leverage that resource, or if your school has a poster printer even, right? Because some of these places can be expensive sometimes. So anything kind of to save money, right? And apart from that, another thing I wanted to talk about today was some general aspects of the board with color scheme and text size. So make sure when you're picking a color scheme, it has to do with your project. For me, I did a project on microplastics, right, in water. So I would have like a light blue background with dark blue section headings and black text. That makes it really easy to read. So make sure whatever colors that you choose, that it's not too out of the ordinary. Make sure that it kind of has to do with your project, so that when the judge sees the color, right, or I don't know, maybe it helps the judge remember what your project was, right? Anything to get kind of that extra boost, you know? So that's one tip that I have for color. And the other thing that I was going to talk about was the size of the text. Make sure your text is visible from at least a few feet away. I mean, that's how far the judge is going to be standing. And if the judge can't really read it without kind of squinting and leaning in, right, what's the point of having a board in the first place, right? So what I like to do, I do 24, maybe 22 text size minimum, right? That way it can be seen by the judge. And I can point to things on the board, and they don't have to really lean in and work really hard to read it, because our jobs as presenters is to make the judge's job as easy as possible. So anything that caters towards the judge is kind of what we want, right? So that's all for this video. I know it was really general. It was kind of just like a brief overview, but I'll be covering a lot of the other things later. So thank you very much. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. As always, I'll have links in the description below. If you want one-on-one tutoring, I have a Google form for that. Also, if you have any questions, you can shoot me an email. My email will also be in the description, or leave a comment and I'll see if I can get to it as soon as possible. Finally, if you learned something new or you wanted to support my work, there's a link down below that you can buy me a coffee or support my work. All of that is not mandatory, but I would really appreciate if you did that. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you guys soon.